at mem cards. The mem cards show that they were edited at 10:08 p.m. last Tuesday, which is when I played Suikoden. Why can't I access it? Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Memory cards. Select. Here. Select. Here. Okay. Got it. Run. Continue. Continue. Oh my goodness. They were exactly where they were supposed to be. Exactly where it was looking already. But I told it to look there, and I clicked the same location that it was already looking. No, I didn't change where it was. It just went with the folder that it was already there. I don't know what happened, folks. I don't know what happened. I hope this doesn't happen every week, but if it does, we'll be used to it. Although next week, we'll be playing Undertale for a week. And then we'll bounce back to Suikoden. Apparently the emulator just needed to be reminded that it needed to behave. Alright. Am I on the camera? No, that was a lady doing laundry. Her name is Sarah. She does laundry. I'm dancing to the music. Oh, I was gonna change the settings because there's a slight delay between the game and me singing, and it might be slightly maddening. Because I realized there was a slight disconnect as I was... So Suikoden is apparently the game of technical difficulties because it took like half an hour, no joke, to get it working because of save state shenanigans and me having the game installed, or the emulator installed in two different folders immediately next to each other. And it took me so long to get the archived video put up on YouTube because Twitch had problems, but it's up on YouTube now, and ideally this will go up on YouTube without too much trouble. So before we dive in, I've got a little bit of housekeeping to do. So I now have a PS4 and Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I have been asking folks, should I play that on Thursdays when I'm done with Wander Song? Should I play it right now on Tuesdays? Should I finish Suikoden 1 and then put the Final Fantasy VII Remake between the Suikodens? Or play all Suikoden all the time and then play Final Fantasy VII Remake? Crisis Core 2, excuse me. So I'm thinking about... and yes, shout out to Andrew Mellon for making that happen. I'm thinking about just playing that on Thursdays when I'm done with Wander Song. And continuing Tuesday being Suikoden. If you have very strong feelings to the contrary, please do speak up. But otherwise, we're gonna Suikoden on Tuesday. And probably do Crisis Core on Thursdays. But next Tuesday, we're gonna take a little break because it is the 5th anniversary of Undertale. So I'm gonna return to Undertale for a stream, probably just a single stream. And then we're gonna maybe then run over and watch the special concert that Music Engine put together. Fun transition back to Suikoden. Music Engine is the Japanese concert group that put together the Suikoden 2 concert that I went to Tokyo to see a couple of years ago. So I'm very excited to see the other concert that they did last year that I was not. They were like, hey, you're gonna come back to Tokyo for the Undertale one? And I was like, probably not. Then I promptly forgot that it even existed because last year was not a good time for Lawrence. So, yeah. So the sprites are tall. And this was very unusual for the time. When you're envisioning the like Final Fantasy style sprites, which are standard sized for the Super Nintendo era, although things like Illusion of Gaia and Terra Enigma have taller sprites as well, and there are a few that do, but for the most part, sprites in the Super Nintendo era had the kind of like squishy, super deformed look going on. And so this is very different, but in a way, I feel like that's the right decision because of the seriousness of the game and kind of what they're trying to do. Like I said last time, Final Fantasy VI is kind of an over-the-top opera melodrama. And I think the Suikoden games are very down to earth in a lot of ways. Hello, Humming Hermano, and welcome. But just so right off the bat, when you start playing the game, it looks different than the games that you're used to playing as JRPGs. And the time, that was really exciting. I'm still excited. I'm excited about Suikoden. I'm excited about how well I like know the character and the sprite and the design and stuff. Look at his little, like McDowell's little pointy shoes. I'm sorry. How do you tolerate me? Rockland, Tiger Wolf, Mount Tiger Wolf, Saradi. These must be places that I should remember. So as I was saying before, I failed to get the emulator thing going. So those of you who are watching, this is a strangely shaped. Look at this clock. What are you doing, clock? What is, buddy, you are on a different, like, it's a different, somebody didn't tell the person who made this clock what perspective to use for their sprite design, so it looks like it comes from a different game. Like, it's not just the size. What was I gonna say? Oh! Yes, we're gonna get a character. Oh no, somebody is stealing things. This will certainly not come up in the story. I'm going to get a character walkthrough list. If you have not played the game, you are not to look at the character list that I'm looking at, because there are spoiler-free character lists available for Suikoden 2. There are not really ones in, not really ones for this, and the one that is convenient has two of the biggest spoilers in the entire game on like the third line, which when I was looking for, because it's Spikosaurus, I was like, come on, Spikosaurus, do I expect better of you? Oh no, controversial statement, there used to be drama. I was not directly involved with that drama, but some of my friends really didn't like the person who ran Spikosaurus, and some of my friends then wound up joining Spikosaurus and being part of their writing staff, so it was drama. Hey, Saria, is that how I say your name? Actually, I realize I don't know how to say it because I just tweet at you. Oh! Share your music. Share your music. Oh wait, actually no, I have to do it because you're not a mod. Okay, well. Anyway, Saria's music is very good. So let me get the Spikosaurus recruitment guide. Yeah, because it starts with from the very beginning, and some of the early characters in the game, surprisingly, have spoilers attached to them. And the Spikosaurus character recruitment guide just tells you that straight off the bat. Suikoden 3 is 3D. Suikoden 1 and 2 are not. They dared to be 2D on the early PlayStation. Yeah, right, Ampy? Right? I saw a bunch of people complaining about that online. So I don't think there's anything that's missable for a while, obviously, because we do not have where... You have to have the place for people to go before you recruit them, and we don't have that yet. But anyway, that's the thing that's gonna happen. Yeah, I think that making it a 2D game was the right decision. McDowell is having some trouble. He's grooving to this. I really want to cover like every single song on the soundtrack because it's all flute. Oh. Hi, Corinne. Yes. Wait, is Corinne actually giving me useful information? Wow. Shocking. Corinne is not the most beloved character in the Suikoden series, largely because he's just... I love this. There's like a sword and a mini sword and some bellows with a fireplace and like just a suit of armor and a little hammer. This is the blacksmith. Oh, that's right. We blacksmithed last time. A little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if RPG Maker drew inspiration from Spikoden. Chrono, are you in trouble for punning? Are you in pun jail? Somebody make a pun out of that. I'm not that good. Oh wait, that's right. I spend a lot of money on gear. I don't need to do this anymore. Never mind. Okay, so past Lauren somehow wasn't able to make it so that I remembered how to load the game. But she, oh my god. Oh, okay. That's perfect. Penitentiary, oh my god. Alright. You're gonna fit right in here. Yeah, well, blacksmithing is a very efficient way. It's a cost-efficient way to make a big difference, but it's also really expensive, and maybe I'll need my money for something. Although I guess maybe Crin's just gonna take it, so maybe I should just spend it. And Crin's like, hey, I picked your pocket. Here's like 3 pennies and a piece of lint. I'm like, yeah. Oh, man. Okay. Oh! Gremio and Cleo, I think you guys are going to be required to be in my party for a while, so we're going to do this. McNugget. I'm sorry, it's so funny. For anyone who's joining us this week who wasn't here last week and knows Suikoden, my favorite comedy name for McDowell is McNugget. I didn't name him McNugget, but I almost did. Ooh, alright, Cleo. You can't just cast all the time. Alright. So now I can't afford to do anything, so I've done the right thing. I now have no money. Excellent. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be passively meowing along with the music. You've got to understand that we're going against 20-something years of me meowing along with this music to various cats in my life. So, hereabouts. Oh my god, that's right, Meg's parents. Meg, by the way, is character in the game. I forgot she was from Ledon Camp. I swear you can bring her here. Okay, where did Victor tell me I was gonna go meet somebody? Where am I supposed to go meet somebody? Victor said I'm pretty sure I know who we're gonna go meet, but I don't remember. And I don't have the talk to myself button, which is one of the best things that Phantasy Star 4 has. Now, Victor is not an alcoholic. He just has a tragic past that he deals with by getting drunk sometimes. I'm not wrong. No, they don't drink juice. They drink booze in this game. Oh, is he just wandering around town? Thank you, Blue Glass. I've slept since then. So. Alright. Victor, my friend. Where is he? Kryn, go away. Nobody likes you. It's true, actually. Nobody likes Kryn. Is there a character who is more disliked than Kryn? We used to talk about this in the fandom. We would talk about who was disliked more than Kryn, specifically, was the conversation topic. You think I'm joking. I'm not. There are a couple of characters. Okay, no, this was before Suikoden 3 came out, Nick. Guillaume is otherwise... Because you can't really compare with that. Where are you, buddy? No, Sheena's annoying, but, like... Annoying is no big deal. Oh, no, humming Romano. Okay. Victor, where are you? Why am I so bad at finding my way around things? Why? What am I doing? Like, Kryn is awful. There's a couple of other characters that I could talk about who would be a big spoiler. Like, there's a character in this game that people are very angry with, but that character is very good and interesting. So, we all like the fact that we don't like him. Where is my friend, Mr. Victor? Mr. Victor, get your little butt where I can find you. This is like the slowest, least effective, non-blind stream in the world. I've got some monies. I've got some medicines. Where is Victor? Oh no, where did he go? What did I do? Why am I not finding him? Oh, that's probably true. I probably have to stay at the end. And I thought I did, but I didn't because that was gonna progress the plot, so we didn't. Thank you, MC. You are correct. Oh, really, Nick? We might as well just hang out here. That's the one I'm talking about, Breakman. People were very angry. And they also learned after that to watch who was on the tablet better. Because you just assume, you know? You just assume that everyone who's hanging out with you is going to be a Star of Destiny. And then sometimes things happen and you're like, wait a minute, but, oh, you never were on the tablet. Oh, no! That was a really great moment. Oh my god, I love this game. Oh, I have a cover of this song up, by the way. I forgot that... So this song, a version of the song, plays in every single game before the final battle. The night before the final battle. And in Suikoden 5, there is a way to get it so all of the instruments are flutes. So I did a flute choir cover where it's all flutes, because that's what I play. And I'm like, no, canonically, they're just dragon flutes is what they are. Yeah. Maybe we'll play 5. You wanna watch me just, like, turn into just a puddle of tears. 5 has some moments. They all are a little heartbreaking, or a lot heartbreaking, except for 4, which never made me cry. So at this point, we're supposed to go talk to McDowell's dad and let him know about this misunderstanding that's happening. And Pawn turned Ted in to the guards who yeah, it's just, anyway, it's bad. It's not good. So we're mad at Pawn, but Pawn thinks with his stomach and not his brain, and I don't know about you folks, but I don't make very good decisions when I'm using my stomach instead of my brain. Yes, punk is the ultimate Suikoden insult. I don't know if other people who play Suikoden feel this way about it, but my sister and I, ever since that scene in very, very early on, you've got Luke, Fitch, and Ted all calling each other punk. So it's like, oh, clearly a punk is the biggest insult you can give anyone. Suikoden universe. Oh, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. They're after me. Yeah, stomachs don't really have thinking capabilities, and that's why we try not to let Pawn make decisions. Oh, man. Rebels? We've heard a little bit about a rebellion. Now, what's fun here is our own friend ratted us out, but this stranger... No, at this point though, you're actually kind of primed to think, oh, he must have betrayed me, because you just had Pawn betray you like 5 seconds ago, and Pawn, like, he didn't even have, as far as we can tell, a particularly good reason to do it, and he's like our friend. So if Pawn will betray us, and like Pawn leaves and then soldiers show up, then like Victor's not here and soldiers show up. Oh my god. It makes sense for Gremio to think that, you know? I like how it's not like, let's fight, or it would be wise to run. It's specifically, I'm scared, let's run. But at this point, like, when we're in Gregminster, we have to get away because we promised Ted that we would get away. Here, maybe we think we can fight them. I don't know. Oh, man. So I was telling, for those of you who are here because you saw Suikoden exists and you haven't seen me before, in my opinion, the true rune you least want, you don't really want any true rune, but the one you least want is the Soul Eater. I don't even think the Rune of Punishment comes close. Not that you're like, oh yeah, the Rune of Punishment, this is great. But I really think that the Soul Eater is the worst of them all. I don't think any of the... Well... Anyway, shall we fight? Or shall we run? Nope, you get like the True Wind Rune. True Fire Rune. Those don't sound ominous. The Rune of Beginning doesn't sound ominous, does it? Sounds important, doesn't it? I'm trying to think. Anyway, there's more runes, and they don't all sound as evil as the Soul Eater. Shall we fight? Let's fight. Gremio. Gremio is so, like, I will protect you with my life. No, no, I've got this. You run. Cleo's like, this is dumb and you're both dumb. Don't be dumb. We don't even have a window to jump out. What are we gonna do? Oh, no! Are you telling me the mysterious clock that doesn't look like it is part of the same game? Oh man, do we know if the blinking rune is a true rune? I don't know if that ever got confirmed. Blue glass, they don't all. A lot of them you see over the course of the 5 games, but we don't know all of them. And then we never got any more. So. Who was that? Gremio is so anxious all the time. What if I just go and be dumb? Gremio's like, no. They're like, hey, go talk to the clock, Lauren. What if I just, like, lay in bed? Dum da dum dum dum. Dum 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 dum. Yes, it's not a suspicious looking clock at all. Who could this be? I've cosplayed as Odessa. I dressed up my then boyfriend as Flick and dressed up another friend as Victor. This is when I had longer hair. As one can see now, I couldn't really pull off a convincing Odessa. Oh no, Blade Tiger. I mean, I wouldn't blame McDole if he just wanted to lay around in bed and be sad right now. Things are bad. Gremio is long-suffering, but he's also just really anxious. He's tall, too. I had a friend cosplay as Gremio. It was just like Suikoden. Yeah. Like, oh, okay, she's an ally. Everyone, gosh, what could this mean? What could be going on in this secret waterworks sewer? That's it. I was like, it's not subway. What's the word I want? Yes, it's a secret tunnel. Wait, hold on. Is that the song? Is that a song? Yeah. Okay. Hey, look at these folks. Look at these folks. These are characters you'll get to know. Are you very excited? Because I know some of you haven't seen Spikoden before. I'm just like, oh, it's so exciting that there are guards there. Gremio's not amused. Victor's like, I was trying to be strategic, but I guess... Odessa, who could that be? Oh no! This is the rebel army. Who could possibly have seen that coming? The Liberation Army. As a person who works in marketing, I have to say. Do be careful what you name things. Odessa Silverberg, leader of the Liberation Army. Let's see. I cosplayed her. So Flick's portrait has brown hair and his sprite has gray hair and he wears blue. And I immediately was like, oh, Locke! Because he's even got like a blue bandana. He's not actually very much like Locke, but I liked him a lot. Wait, hold on, is that Humphrey? I forgot that Humphrey was here. Yeah, we just finished. I just took everyone on a tour through Final Fantasy VI, which was largely me talking about the story and characterization and thematic decisions and so on and so forth. I lead a video game cover band called The Returners. So I like rebellions. What can I say? Gremio is really mad. They're very affronted. Like, how dare you suggest we would join the rebels against Tio? That's no good. Humphrey's not just a meat shield. Humphrey is a metal wall you put in front of yourself. And nobody takes damage. Oh, he's amazing. I believe he has the highest defense in any Suikoden game. Not much else, but he's got that. Shall we play Hard to Get? What do you think? I mean, we certainly won't be forced to join the Liberation Army over the course of the game. Like, that's absolutely not where this plot has been going. Victor's like, oh, I wasn't really counting on this. I love Victor. Okay, I love Victor a lot. Because we're so in control of our own destiny. It's not like there are any great and powerful forces affecting the actions of humans to lead to the fate that they want to have happen. I'm really grumpy that we're never gonna learn the overarching that ever. I love, like, Victor just, like, decides that he's like, okay, I brought home a puppy. Can I keep them? And Odessa's like, this is the son of our greatest enemy. What are you doing? And Victor's like, I promise I'll feed him and take him on 2 walks every day. She's like, oh my god, Victor, please. She's like, okay, you don't have to join us, but you can stay here and not die. And Gravio's like, I'm not cool with this. Cleo is really mad. It's interesting, like, that all of the different servants in the McDowell household have, like their, I would say loyalty in some way is a defining attribute of theirs. They're largely very loyal to, specifically, Tio McDowell. And in Gravio's case, he's like super devoted to Tio McDowell as well. But the way that they are loyal to the Emperor is interesting, because here Cleo is the only one who's kind of like, you know, screw the Empire. They've kind of done some bad things lately, but we'll let our boss down, because he's not just their boss. Like, they are very much like a family. Oh, Flick. I've heard of you. I know your whole backstory and everything. I know what your sword is called and everything. Yes. He has a lightning rune, right? Oh my god, Humphrey. Humphrey is so untalkative. Humphrey is amazing. You can bond with Humphrey in Suikoden 2 by sitting in silence and choosing the ... dialogue option. Then he likes you. It's amazing. Oh my god. Flick. 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 Hi, Sanchez. How are you doing, friend? How do you do? So quiet and mild-mannered and polite compared to good old Victor here. He's like, you can't just go turn yourself in. Oh, good old Humphrey never let me down. Humphrey is a conversationalist. But I love him. Hi, Odessa. Victor's like, come on, you gotta join me. Like, you gotta join us. What the heck? Let's just wander around. I think he has a line or two. Oh no, this doesn't look good. Also, you can tell we're not on the Super Nintendo anymore. Look at that blood. Do you see the blood? This guy is bleeding in a puddle. Are you ready for the music to get serious? It's amazing the music sticks with me. I thought this was going to start when we were up there, but it makes sense it starts here. Oh hey, these are the bandits that we were fighting. Do you remember that? Do you remember that from the last session, last stream? We were sent to go beat up the bandits, and there was massive, horrible corruption going on. And was that Rockland? Or was that clearly... Yes, that was Rockland, okay. But yeah, so here's one of the bandits who's like, hey, we're not bad. Which we have no reason to believe they are bad, because the only people who told us they were bad are worse. Remember Varkas and Sidonia? We were part of the Imperial Guard that captured them. I'm sorry, anytime Sidonia shows up I have to go, heh, because that's what he says. And there's these, like, things that I thought were funny or cool when I was, you know, 14 or whatever. That maybe aren't funny or cool, but they're really deeply ingrained in me by now. Claire's like, don't tell them that we did this. So remember when I told you that the Suikoden games are not afraid to be serious and dark. One of my friends is playing through Spikoden 2 for the first time, and he like is like, oh my god, Lauren, I can't believe this thing just happened. I can't believe they showed that on screen. I'm like, yep. So these people have been strung up outside to starve to death. That's right. That is happening in this game that came out in the PlayStation era. It's a little bit intense. Like, can you imagine Nintendo's censors? Yes, casual crucifixion, you got it. Yeah, and Cleo's like, that's not good. They're not supposed to do that. Cleo is kind of ready to like turn on the Empire. She's just like, what is going on here? We're understaffed. We're famous in the Imperial Army, or the Liberation Army. That's right, MC. He was referencing, my friend was referencing a scene that made a little girl very sad. He was like, I cannot believe that happened. I was like, yep, that's right, it did. I don't know that Cleo's been waiting for an excuse. I think that the thing is that Cleo's honestly the smartest and most thoughtful of the McDowell household servants. I mean, like, as we've discussed, Pon doesn't use his brain, he uses his stomach. And Gremio is a big walking bundle of nerves. So Cleo is like, she sees what's happening and she thinks about it. So she's concerned about letting down Tio, but she's also like, clearly things are not good. As a hero, I'm going to take responsibility for this action. So the ... fade to black to let us know the story was told. It's a good point. You ruined some people's lives. Cleo's like, alright, I've got my limits of what's acceptable. Maybe murdering the Emperor with my bare hands? Not gonna fly. But beating the crap out of Grady? We could do that. That's alright. That's within the realms of acceptability. Gremio, meanwhile, is doing some careful tap dancing to make sure he's not contradicting any of his own morals. Yeah, let's go set him on fire. Cleo's got a fire rune, doesn't she? We could actually literally do that. Victor's like, cool, I'm gonna go do that. Alright. So the quality of the background sound effects in this game were just like incredible at the time it came out. Flick and Victor are BFFs in this game. Humphrey. Look at how helpful Sanchez is being. Northeast from here. You know, Chrono, are you joking or did you look that up? Because it's actually a very popular pairing, as you probably not surprised. I don't know if we had that kind of a cute nickname thing back then though. That was more of a thing that came with later times. Listen to the bass line in the song. What would you guys do if I just like covered their sort of cash the entire soundtrack of this game? All right. Chrono, are you happy to know that? Like, I want to do this as a flute. Northeast, did they say? Listen to that little trilling flute. I I don't remember where I'm supposed to go, and I don't have a map yet. Templeton! It's very exciting for me. I probably wouldn't cover it entirely in Meow voice. I would probably play it on my flute because I play flute. Oh, just fight the boar. Bam. Bye, boar. No! I love the sound that it makes as it slows down. Also, I'd never realized... Oh, is that how it works, MC? I don't remember that. Oh, Victor's in the back row! That's not where you go, Victor. Hold on. We gotta fix this. Okay, that's better. Am I going the right way? Oh, I am going the right way. Alright, well, we're gonna fight some crows. Man, Victor has so much health. Is he high level? Am I under level? I want to be under leveled. You don't under level in this game. This is like the one game that doesn't work that way. That is a nice bit of thinking, MC. They're very smart and thoughtful and good people, the people who made this game. And Aiden's coming out in like 2 years, but I'm still excited about it. Oh my god! Did I name this place? I wanted to back it at an irresponsible level, but I couldn't, so I backed it at a level that I could afford. Yes, Asgore and I are both extremely good at naming things. Purple face. Entirely purple, except for his face. Anyway. He's just hanging out over here with me. Oh, man. I got a physical copy and the CD soundtrack, but not the vinyl because I don't collect vinyl. Oh, and we get the buttons at that level too, which is very exciting. Because all the other stuff I wanted is like super high tier stuff. If I could have, I would have gotten the Have Your Cat in the game, and I would have put my cat Nox, who's since passed on, in it, but I didn't, which actually is probably for the best because my ex-husband, I'm sure, is going to play the game, and that would actually probably make him really sad. So it works out. I wouldn't want to make him sad. I just would like to have Nox. No. See how sad things are for the people here. You're not even that far from the Empire, like, or the Imperial capital. Oh. But you're off the beaten path. Should we save? Yes. Let's save. Oh, I forgot that the cost has to do with how many people you have in your party. Is that so? Oh man, I love this music. Hi, Marco. Sorry. If you want money, gambling is the way to go. And not in real life. Not in real life. But in this game, yes. Does this guy have a goldfish on the counter? No, I guess that's a money jar. I thought it might be a fish jar instead. Did you think we were kidding? We were not. They are going to die of dehydration and exposure. This is not good. Victor's like, no, I got this. I love Victor. If you do not yet love Victor, you will love Victor. I was like, how are we gonna get it in? I don't know. He's like, no, I got this. I got this. No big deal. Just sets it on fire. Sure. Why not? I'm sorry. I just think it's really funny. It's just like Victor's great. He's fantastic. As long as he doesn't set my house on fire, we're good. I would take issues with that. Oh my god. He's a terrible influence. Totally on fire. Its status is on fire. Okay, I don't know if I've said that its status is on fire joke before or not. So my ex-husband ran a tabletop RPG that was a Suikoden game. And that's where that comes from, actually. Because the player who was playing our strategist character, because you have to have a strategist, obviously, and I believe he was a Silverberg. But the player had this very dry sense of humor and this very, very like dry way of delivering his joke. So at some point we set something on fire like you do. Suikoden. You set things on fire. And we're like, what's going on? Like, can you tell me its status? And he's like, its status is on fire. Which is like very serious. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! I have to fight some guards! Empire soldier, not Imperial soldier. Dude, you are in a burning building. I mean, it doesn't look like it's very burning. It looks like it's only a little burning, you know? Oh my god, I love this music. The thought? No, Gremio! No! No! You leave Gremio alone! Look at how tall Gremio is. But the fact that I can talk about Suikoden, and I could like just like make a cover of Suikoden music and put it on my channel, and like lots of people could stumble across it, like baby Lauren would be so excited. Baby Lauren would just be very satisfied with... Hold on. Okay, good. You got that medicine. Oh, I was gonna sell some stuff. Well, that's alright. I'll deal with that later. Baby Lauren would be really excited about my... Hi! Some of my life situations. Oh! So I'm moving to a new apartment. I picked one. I went to see 2 apartments over the weekend and met roommates. And I spent all day thinking about which one was the right one. Because yesterday the second one was like, yes, I would love for you to be my roommate. So I made my decision. I will be moving downtown to downtown Toronto, high-rise 30th floor. It's ridiculous. Bit expensive, but it's spacious and beautiful, and the roommate seems like a cool nerd. Oh, hello. We're just gonna fight some dudes. Figure that's okay. Oh, I should probably heal Tyr, shouldn't I? Well, so like, rent in Toronto is expensive. It just is. So. But for what it is and where it is, it's like literally over the Bloor-Young subway stations. So. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's expensive, but it's affordable because it's just one room. And the guy who I'm going to be moving in with has lived there for a few years. So, yeah. Hey, Ryan! What's up? We're playing Suikoden. It's very exciting. This is gonna be a problem. I need to heal Tyr. I got along with both of the roommates of the 2 different apartments that I looked at. So that was nice. it's a good feeling to be like, oh, I could click. But one of them is like over 10 years younger than me, and the other one is close to my age, and I opted to go with the one who's closer to my age because I feel like it's a better fit. They are both nerds, though. They're both people who like video games, because I have to live with somebody who at least thinks video games are kind of cool. Because a lot of my life has to do with video games. I stream, I work for a video game music company, like, this is how it is. Alright. I'm gonna fight Victor. You can't fight the captain because he's hiding in the back. Fight this one. The one in the middle doesn't look like they're wearing pants. Is it just me? Or do they look pantsless? I don't know who is... Oh, both Tyr and Gremio need to heal. You heal yourself. You fight that one, and you are gonna heal... Oops. No, here. You're gonna heal Gremio. Let's see how this goes. Oh geez, they're doing a lot of damage. Maybe this is a bad idea. Oh, you know, I bet that Victor's not wearing very good clothes. Sorry, buddy. Alright. You're going to... Hey, Stodelheim Reinbach the Third. God, strategy is hard. You attack the captain. You attack also the captain. You heal Victor. I know you're gonna love this Gremio. And you are gonna... Oh, I thought that this was a row attack. Is this only an individual one, or is this, this way instead of this way? I don't remember. I'm so disappointed in myself. Stodelheim Reinbach, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm gonna try not to die. Okay, that took care of that. No! Oh my god. Okay. I was gonna be really mad if Victor died there. Look, being a little being on fire never hurt anyone, right? Buildings included? I don't know. Alright, we're gonna put some new clothes on Victor if we've got them. Victor, you're like practically naked, my friend. Did I sell all of my stuff? I bet I did. Oh, jeez. Victor, why aren't you wearing clothes? Victor. Okay, well, that's slightly better. Helmet not. Well, that's fine. It's fine, no big deal. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna, like, raid the Grady estate. Oh, shoot! There's some dudes. Yes. There's not. Okay. Let's see how this goes. No! No! Okay. Okay, strategy here. You are gonna attack this one. You are gonna attack this one. You are gonna attack this one. And you are gonna attack the one that counterattacks. because you're hitting from far away. Strategy. See, because that one's got a shield. No! Stop countering my dudes! Oh my god, you just killed him. That's so not cool. I'm not okay with this. I need to be better at this. I didn't think I was underleveled. I'm just doing a bad job here, I feel. Okay, Cleo, you're gonna go after that one. Okay. Yes. No? Poor Gremio. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry you're reduced to being a, like, puddle of green. No! Stop dodging me! You are so mean! Stop it! Like that. That's good. That's stopping. Oh, Gremio. You know, you're no longer in line level-wise with everybody else. Meow, 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 meow. You've got the extra medicines. Yep. We're on it. That is nice of them. Is there anything in here? I don't even remember if, like, there's ever stuff in barrels like that. Oh, this looks important. Have some clothing for Victor. Victor needs clothing. Okay, money will turn into clothing for Victor. It just doesn't help me right now. Shall we fight these dudes? Yeah? Why don't you heal? Oh, I don't want to heal you. You don't need it yet. I feel like bits wouldn't be the most effective. She does have a level 2 spell. I'm trying to remember if this... Is this the mini boss, basically? This is so many dudes. So many dudes. Why are there so many dudes? You take out the dudes, and you're going to... Sure, let's do it. No! It's pretty satisfying. I mean, maybe I'll regret having done that. Or maybe I won't. Hi, buddy. Ha. Ha, excuse me. I couldn't remember if there's like another boss fight after that. Oh my god, Chrono, I see what you did there. Having a very, oops, Zuko moment. It's like, what are you doing? A few things happened and now we're wanted by the Imperials. A few things happened, you know, some stuff went down. I mean, to be fair, we don't want to be like, so it turns out, you know, our friend who we'd been taking care of for a while, it turns out he was temporarily immortal because he had one of the 27 true runes, but then he had an encounter with the Emperor's new advisor slash dead wife lookalike, and then... So, stuff happened. Things happened. It's a good translation. I'm sorry. Sonia. Oh my god, Blade Tiger, that's great. See, isn't that an adorable thing? Burkus is like, why didn't you do that sooner? And Sidonia basically is like, I'm not gonna leave you. That's cool. Maybe he couldn't have gotten Barkus down. I don't know. Uh-oh, what's gonna happen when we go back in the house? We gonna be alright? Surely there won't be any more fights or anything. They are not, you'll notice, like, they did not, we didn't do the little they joined our party dance. Hello, Grady. Do I get to set you on fire? Grumio honey. Oh, Grumio. Grumio is a little bit of a cinnamon roll. Oh, Victor. I love Grumio very much, but he's also hilarious. Victor's like, don't walk into the fire, Lauren. Oh my god, do you like fire or something? I'm like, no, actually I don't. Yeah, Cleo's the smart one. So I'm not controlling this. Our characters are just peace outing. That won't happen. It's not like you have portraits or anything like that. Victor is pretty positive that we're gonna join. He's very stubborn. Okay, so we're gonna save. I'm glad we found my save, that it wasn't like gone forever. If you guys want to do Marco's game, let's do Marco's game. Hi Marco, I just saved. Hey there, fella! Oh, we could even like save state if we wanted to not take too much time. It's not stacked in your favor the way Chinchurin is. I'm not good at it. I don't gamble very well. I hate gambling. Oh shoot, I lost it. I had it, I was touching the screen. You think it's in the middle? Oh man, okay, Chrono. Okay, folks. Shall we go big? Shall we go big? Just think of how much sharpening of our weapons we can do. It's okay, Blue Glass. I feel like the caps lock was appropriate. Yeah, we're not gonna do 10,000. We can do 1,000. Let's do it. Okay. I'm gonna try this. No, never mind, I'm not. Is it in the middle again? We could save state. How cheap do we feel like being? Do we feel like being cheap? So cheap? Do it? Okay. What's the save state button? I think F3 is load state. Is it F5 is save state and F3 is load state? Oh, I guess I can just do it through the emulator menu. I was trying to remember that and I couldn't. Okay. Oh, it's F1 is save state and F3 is load state. Okay. So F1. should be allowed. That's the worst. First try, every try. Shall we? Oh, let's do it at least one more time. Left? We're cheating. I am Willon. I don't know if that's how to say your name. I apologize if I got it wrong. But I'm very excited. I was just talking about it. I was not able to put regrettable amounts of money into it. But I did my part. I put some money into it. Oh, and I also got I got a bonus or two. I got the cloth map and I don't remember what else. But I think there was something else. Jumping Giraffosaurus? What was that from? We're being really cheap here, folks. You forgot to add-ons. Oh no, Stodelheim Reinbach. Marco. I'm sorry, this is just really delightful. Blue Glass is right and I was wrong. Yeah, Miki Yoshino is retired. Okay. So when I went to the Suikoden 2 concert that I'm going to talk about so much, it's going to be really insufferable and I realize it and I'm sorry, but please forgive me. But when I went to the Suikoden 2 concert that Game Engine put on in 2018 in Tokyo and got to meet the team. I talked to Higashino-san and I was asking her, I was like, would you ever come back? And she was like, no, I'm retired. So when everyone's been like asking for her to come back, I was like, no, she's retired. When people are like, what's your source for that? You can't be like, well, I had a conversation with her a couple of years ago. It's not really the sort of thing you can cite easily, you know? Yeah, it was a pretty incredible experience. I even got her to sign something, which she doesn't do, so I was very excited. Alright, Marco. Psychic. Got it. Alright, folks. Shall we not have to worry about money for a little while? We won't do this a whole lot. I feel like Chrono is mad with the power of it. Komodo lessons were cheating. We're using save states. Blue glass, I love this. I love this. Blue glass is like the like voice of reason and responsibility here. Don't abuse your power. Meanwhile, like, Chrono and Stodelheim Reinbach are like, yes, we'll do this. Yes, yes. I'm really amused here. Let's do it. Sure, we're gonna put all our money into this. Well, Chrono? How'd you do? Does anybody have any guesses? Oh my god. There's gonna be so many. Man, you think this is... You think this is bad, Chrono? Just wait till you see when we play the other gambling game. Alright, so we've got left, middle, and right. Okay, that's two votes for middle, 2 votes for right, 3 votes for middle. Alright, folks, let's see. Chrono was right. Chrono, you're the only one who got it. Well done. I think we're done. All right. So that happened. Yeah, no, you can bankroll your entire army on the gamblers. It's very effective. So now we've got some money. We can go sharpen our weapon. I'm so glad we found my save file. Now we're gonna go. Oh my god, they even make an annoying sound. Stop. Just stop buzzing. I don't like you. No! Oh my god. Victor has such a low to hit. He like keeps missing. Because mosquitoes are annoying and you have a reaction when you see them. Victor's like, I know that I keep missing all these other hits, but what if I did 213 damage against a mosquito? Victor, honey, that might be slightly overkill. Oh, does something happen if you don't kill them quickly? Like, do they turn into like the mosquito queen or something like that? Clearly do not remember. Unless you tell me yes, in which case apparently on some level I do. Would you rather do 213 damage to 1 mosquito or 1 damage to 213 mosquitoes? I feel like it wouldn't take very many damages to kill a mosquito. This is like a super mosquito. Let's not think about those. They make Chatco nuts? How do they make Chatco nuts? Oh, let's go sink all of our money into sharpening our weapons. Because this is going to be my party for a little while. You don't have the option to change out people for a while. Oh, that's right. I do need to buy new clothes for Victor because his hat is not, and his shoes are not. Okay, so you're like, oh, we got so much money. Arm's name became a dragon fang staff. Can't handle. Can't handle. Blacksmiths have limitations for how much they can handle. Oh, I can't not. I can't not. I clearly, like, I can't not. You see how much I can't not? Air moon sword. So you know how we just, like, cheated to get money? And we were all like, that's so much money. What are you gonna do with that much money, Lauren? Sharpening your weapons is very expensive. Alright, where is my armor shop? So I can get some clothes for Victor. Victor needs a hat. and a cape. Okay, Victor, we're gonna get you a hat. Victor. And a cape. Sure. Alright, Victor. Let's get some gear on you, my friend. Equip your hat. Yes, you have a hat. Now you have a cape. Aren't you fashionable and fancy now, my friend? He is. He is fashionable and fancy. Actually, no, Victor's not really. He's not a wizard. Can he even use... So it's hard to tell because we are level 9, but you can already see which of these characters are going to be able to cast magic better and which characters we're not going to be able to cast lots of magic. Even at this level, Cleo, so Cleo is a 3-1. Tyr is a 2-0. Actually, and then Victor and Gremmy are not casters. Can you tell? Alright, so what we can do here is I thought I had, never mind, I thought I had a rune piece. You can attach rune pieces to your weapons. Oh, no, that you do that at the blacksmith. That is attaching a rune to your hand. They all are on hands in this game. In the rest of the series, you can have up to 3 runes, and they go on your hand, and your forehead. But in this game, you can only have 1 rune, and it's only on your hand. I do have a rune piece. So I could put the thunder rune piece on somebody. Throw in breakfast? Sure. There's not even a, like, you slept sound. There's, like, no transition. Shall we go down below? Let's do it. We shouldn't need to sharpen gear for a little while. We're good. Everything's good. It's all good. Hello, friends. Look at you. Looks like you're not dead. Sanchez is excited and friendly. What a pleasant fellow. Humphrey has a lot to say, as usual. And Odessa is our plot advancement character. Yay, our problems are solved. You're here. Victor does not like not understanding what's going on. He doesn't like being out of the loop. He likes being in the loop. Ooh, fire spears. Those sound helpful. That will never happen. The dwarf mines. Our secret factory. But we can't leave. Gremio is not happy. He does not want to change allegiances. They've betrayed us, Gremio. I like how Gremio is dragging you away. And it's true, you don't know leading up to this, you know? Like, you see this corruption and all of that, but everyone seems kind of surprised by it. You know, like, Tio doesn't seem to really know. Like, everyone's aware that there's a rebellion going on, but Tio's household, the McDowell household, is, like, they're, like, shocked that there's this corruption. They're, like, I mean, they're shocked that you get assigned to this kind of shady guy, for your first job for the Emperor. Tio Leo coincidence. Perhaps the honorable general. They do have some things in common. Odessa will plea. McDowell's little boy. What should we choose, friends? What answer would you like to see the dialogue option for? First one? Alright. Chrono speaks up first. He gets to vote. Unless everybody else is like, no, Lauren, not that. Cleo absolves herself of all responsibility. Grumio is having a conflict. So Sanchez is the one who knows where things are located, although he is not our map person. Our map person is Templeton. That's why I keep complaining about Templeton. No, Cleo doesn't have pop color. She has a circlet around her head that has cloth draping down. So that's actually coming off of her. Like it's coming down from up instead of up from down. I don't know a headdress. No, it just she's got a circlet that has like a thing, just a piece of cloth that comes down. I've drawn it before, so but I'm not very good at explaining it. I've done lots of Suikoden fan art back in the day. But my sketchbook box is still out. I would dig through and show you some of my... Oh, my sister did send me a photo of the Futch painting that I did a billion years ago. But it's not super clear. So I might dig around and see if I can find a better one. Share some of my... I wonder if it's up on my old DeviantArt account. Anyway, I'll share it with you at some point. That is a good question. We could be a spy. This whole thing could be a really elaborate setup. Flick is not happy. She's yelling at him for being immature. She's like not wearing anything. We should probably go get her some clothes. Flick is not happy. He's not happy. Tell me where I'm going again, Sanchez. Thank you. Northwest from here, across the river. See, it's very helpful. Like, Sanchez shows up and he's immediately like, he's positive, he's polite, he gives you directions when you need them. Kind of like understated but helpful. Yes, and Humphrey is there to help. Where's the armory? Where's the armory? Did I just go past it? I can't find my way up the staircase. No, I want the, not the clothes. No, where's the clothes? Evil Hag, are you making fun of Flick because this is early Flick? Like, I want to be careful because, like, I'm going to talk about spoiler stuff. And I don't want to, like... Get her this. Like, I'm like hesitant. I don't want to just like talk about stuff and spoil the people who've never seen the game before, you know? But I've seen the game before, so I'm like... Oh, did I have a spare leather coat? Alright. Is there anyone here who is concerned about being spoiled in this game? I forgot to save. I'm gonna go save. Okay. Because I really want to talk about something that I've been observing and talk about why I'm talking about it. So there's a reason why I'm particularly interested in the way that they're characterizing Sanchez. Because Sanchez shows up, or the interesting things happen in the story related to Sanchez. And so the way, I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. At least Victor's in the front row again. They didn't like stick him in the back. Bam. Bam. So right off the bat, they want you to have a solid understanding of who the core members of the Liberation Army are. There's not a whole lot of them. Like, is it any surprise to anyone if I say that Odessa does not stay in your party very long? But you do kind of get to know her some. But they're all kind of painted with broad strokes early on. Oh, I just got a hat. Well, whatever. Odessa, do you want that hat? Does anybody want that hat? Bonbons! Oh my gosh. Aiden won't be able to have bonbons because... I don't know that anyone in my party needs that hat, though. I think I've bought that hat for everyone. Oh, this isn't okay. It's bridges that, like, you have to cross and, like, it's actually a thing in Suikoden too. But yeah, so, like, I mean, Humphrey, frankly, kind of what you see is what you get with Humphrey. So he's this, like, you know, stoic presence who doesn't really do a lot emotionally. Flick is clearly a hothead who gets mad easily. Victor is a goof. Oh no, I just remember what happens on this mountain. I need to finish my cover of this song. They're like, hey, did you buy Odessa clothing yet? I'm like, yes. That's right, Chrono. I'm glad that it landed. That would not surprise me, Nick. It has the feel of what I understand of the characters, or the story, the original novel. So you're asking about the character, yes, Balloon's the status, how the characters map to the original Stars of Destiny. We will see the Stars of Destiny soon enough. Yes, so Suikoden, the water margin, is an old Chinese... Is it a novel? I'm not exactly sure how it's classified officially, but maybe I should pay more attention to this. But so it is loosely inspirational for this game. So you have 108 stars of destiny that unite under a common banner. There's a lot of bandits involved. Ah, thank you. Yes, no, my history knowledge is not great. Who can use the karate uniform? Victor, you want to wear that? Victor, let's wear that. Oh, is it in line with Journey to the West? Okay. I'm familiar with that. Wait, hold on. No, I'm going to equip him with this, and then I'm going to hand over. That's what I thought. Oh, Romance of the Three Kingdoms I also am familiar with. But Dream of the Red Chamber I don't know. I mean, no, Romance of the Three Kingdoms has like a whole bunch of things, including the people who make the Muso games actually made a series of very advanced, sophisticated historical strategy games, which they fund by making Muso games too. It's the same team, or the same company. I love that. Yeah. Koei. Yeah. I really like Muso games. I don't have any unite attacks here. So, Muso is the name for the X-Warriors games that you're talking about there. So, that's why when I'm talking about Muso, I'm talking about that series. Or, I mean, it's not less a series and more like a type of game. I don't know. Anyway, yes, so the water margin. Ooh, gloves. Who's gonna have those? Sorry, I'm distracted by gear. Who got the gloves? Who got the gloves? You got the gloves. You have gloves. You have gloves. Gloves for you, gloves for you, gloves for you. But yeah, so if you know a little bit about that story, presumably you can kind of guess things about this. I'm not sure how similar they are. Yes, and then they also make there's a word for that. Is that the Warring States era of Japan? Please forgive my ignorance and inability to remember things. Really. Okay, so I should actually pay attention to how much damage my party members do. Ah, so far so good. I was saying something. I got distracted. What was I saying? Don't remember. Oh, is that so, Chrono? That's cool. Well, anyway, so Suikoden. Oh, I was talking about the members of the Liberation Army and how right from the beginning you get a sense for who they are. And the big personalities that you pay attention to are largely Flick and Victor. You know, Flick and Victor are loud and colorful. They got big personalities. They argue with each other. They're flawed people. Whereas like when you first meet Odessa, she's pretty heroic. Jeez, that's a lot. I'm going to try this. Oof. Yeah. Bunnies. Bye bye bunnies. And so they're doing some really clever, I think, characterization things there. Where you get this group, there are some big enough personalities that you feel like you know something about the people from like immediately encountering them. But they're also not quite caricatures. Odessa does not really seem to have flaws, except maybe that she's too trusting of you. But like Victor's kind of obnoxious and you hate that he's right. Flick is clearly like a little bit grumpy. Yes, no, this actually is. I remember reading about this being a scene actually from the original story. It's memorable. But yeah, so you get to know Sanchez, but Sanchez, the attention is never drawn to Sanchez. He never sticks out among the members of the Liberation Army. He's just part of the group who's like quietly helpful, understated, and polite and pleasant and nice, which is interesting. It's interesting. He's an interesting addition to the game. Do you trust this fellow? Does this fellow look trustworthy? Do you look at that face and think, ah, yes, that is definitely an honest and trustworthy smile? Victor's like, yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna go on. Oh no. It's funny. Victor and Gromio both on the same side. Yeah, like Odessa, I guess she doesn't come across as like entirely like perfect and idealized, and that like people are like, you're trusting too easily. But she's idealistic. But you also kind of know that, like, if you stop to think about it, she's the leader of the Liberation Army. We're going to join the Liberation Army. McDowell is the main character of the game. He's probably going to be leader of the Liberation Army, one would assume. Now, the Suikoden series does subvert that expectation sometimes in interesting ways. Suikoden 3 does a really interesting job with it, in my opinion. The Tenkai star, the leader star, is an interesting choice, which I love. It's not what you might think. So I guess everyone's gonna do this. I guess it's me. They're like, we're going in whether you do it or not. Fortunately, my party is still with me in case I run into an encounter out here. Let's have some tea. We love tea. I like some good soothing jasmine tea. Uncle Iroh would approve of this decision. That would never happen, Chrono. That would never happen. What would possibly give you the impression? So the sound effects are to let you know it's nighttime. Tim McDowell is not impressed. He has a sweet tooth. He doesn't want bitter tea. Fine, I guess we'll try a little teeny bit. I love this particular. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just think this one's particularly funny. It's like with the rest of it, you can kind of tell what they're saying there, but you super can there. I love the lack of dignity. I notice that these aren't the sprites of them being dead in combat. These are like custom sprites, like Odessa's like detailed sprite of like sprawled on the table. Meanwhile, there's Victor who's snow angeling it up over there. True heroes right here. That could have gotten really bad. Like, they gloss over it, and as a kid, you don't really think about it. But, yeah. She's recognized. So, yeah. He's a charmer. Yep. So it's interesting. It turns out that the dishonorable bandits here have some honor and want they have no qualms about poisoning and robbing from regular people passing through. But they do support the Liberation Army. That's true, Odessa. You could probably stand to be a little more cautious. You know, it is a good way of showing, because you hear people kind of talk about it. You know there's a rebellion. You know that, which Tio has gone up north to fight, potentially, by the way. But you hear a little bit about it, and you're like, huh, how weird that we didn't know anything about this level of, like, corruption and badness that's happening in the Empire. But it's pretty widespread, and they're not just like an up-and-coming little teeny tiny little rebellion. Like, they're known. Flick says you trust people too much. Stay here for the night. That's a good idea. Yes, we can definitely trust you. You know, it makes sense that the characters, like, they were, like, literally sheltered by the privilege of the, like, little bubble that they lived in. So it makes sense that McDole and his household wouldn't know about all of this. But they do kind of establish that other people do. Clears all snoozeums. Grammio's also snoozeums. I love Victor, okay? Look, I just really love Victor. He's a great character. Do you see why they say I love Victor? Oops. Odessa's talking in her sleep. Victor. He's a lion, though. Lions don't hibernate. It's a funny joke. See, you'll understand it when we play the second game. Anyway, yeah. That seems pretty big. Do you believe him? Ledon. We call him Lipton. Lipton is a type of tea. Iced tea company. Tea company. Hello, party. Where's Odessa? She's still snoozing. It's very cute. Like the way that the McDowell household, they know each other. I don't know, it's cute. It's like a little family. When she gets poisoned, she's always in a bad mood when she gets poisoned. Man, same, Cleo, same. My sister actually she made the Suikoden 2 flag, so it's in her house. It's a good flag to have. I'll unlock the door. So yeah, that happened. No big deal. It's a strange little thing plot-wise. It mostly serves to develop the world. Honestly, I think mostly it exists to be a reference to the original story because it is a very recognizable story bit. But it does establish the world. It doesn't progress the plot. Like, it is just like a little side bit that has no overarching ramifications like immediately. Like, it's not like this happens and it changes the course of the story, 'cause it doesn't. But it does serve a purpose, and I like that you can do that. There's, I don't know. Oh man, I need to finish this cover. It's mostly done. Yeah, go party. Okay. Gonna be intentional. See if this works. Oh, well, or you could just... that too. Oh no, bunny! Oh no, bunny! Bye-bye, bunny. Ah, I was gonna say something and I don't remember exactly what it was. What did I just get? I went through that too quick. Pot. Wind rune. I don't know. Should probably do something about my stuff. But yeah, like I feel like as games like progress and they can spare more space. I mean, or you could do that, McDowell, that's fine. They can put more, yeah! Put more time towards little bitty bits of world development, character development, things that don't necessarily have consequences on the, like, larger scale, that you would still be able to experience and enjoy the story without having it, but it adds to it. And I think that's a really big, important part of telling a good story. Yeah, treasure chest time. Clone crystal? I don't even know what that does. Like, I think in an ideal world, you are able to take time to do things that are inconsequential but develop the world and the characters so that the story feels more alive. Bam! Thank you, Gramio. Victor's really not good at hitting. I lost track. Let's see, it's maybe a bad idea of which one of these had already been attacked. But we will kill some bunnies. I think that's one that had already been attacked. Yeah, I don't know what the crone crystal does. Clone crystal, not crone crystal. I'm not doing well with tongue twisters today. They're not even specifically, like, especially twisty tongue twisters. I'm just failing at them. I've had a lot on my... oh my god, Chrono. I've had a lot on my brain. On my mind. Braining. I don't know. Because I've got some slightly changing job situation stuff in a good way. I've got apartment living situation changing in a good way, but it's a lot. There's just a lot. There's so much going on. This is going to be a really intense, busy time. So I'm going to have a slightly hard time focusing, I think, a little bit. But I think my memory is already doing better than it was for months. My hair is still falling out, but that I've been told there will be a delayed reaction before we can tell whether it's coming back or not. But my brain starts working. I need my brain more than I need hair. So yes, that's it. Critical hit that bonbon. Yeah, well, there's so many things that are awful that are happening to people that I love. Like, a lot of the people in my life that I care about are having really rough times of it. And I really can't complain. Like, a lot of things that are happening in my life are good or will be good. Maybe they're a little up in the air right now, but that is in the process of becoming better. Yes, one bonbon. Man, maybe I'll eat some Nutella. It's dangerous for me to have Nutella. I just eat it out of the jar with a spoon. Oh my gosh! Thigh? Well, I mean, it's more that, like, I feel a little guilty about things going well in my life when bad things are happening to people I care about. But at the same time, it's kind of nice for there to be one person that they don't have to care about, or don't have to worry about, if that makes sense. So, yeah. I warned you. I warned you. This is gonna keep happening. I don't think I have any other stupid lyrics like I do to Go-Go's theme. Oh my god, Sophie. She's a shakedown baby. Snoozers, meow kitty. She's such a cute kitty. She's a super cute kitty. Alright. So we're gonna go through here. Oh shoot, did I accidentally go into the right place? No. No, you can't make me progress the story yet. I have to talk to people. What a cute child. Wants to help Dad. I should email my dad. I haven't talked to him in a couple of months. So here we'll get a little bit of news about... Because, like, we are told that the Emperor himself is a good person. We see him and his friendship with our dad. It's very positive. It seems like a really good thing. You know, the old lady who met him says that he's nice. What happened? Wait, is this a rune? Is this a water rune? Is this a water rune? This is a water rune. Right? This is a rune, right? It's fine. Cleo. Oh no, the Empire has proven itself to be far beyond kicking puppies. Oh, maybe the clone crystal is a rune. Wow, I'm failing at words. Got all these little places that are disconnected from everywhere else. Hello? A 9-foot giant, is she? Stories sure do get carried away from time to time. Yeah, I think Murayama likes large, strong women. I think that's one of his things. That's the brain behind. They don't choose scenery the way Kafka choose scenery, but really, who does? I can't help it. I literally can't help it. Goodness, it's been years. Is that an interesting detail? Sure, we'll stay. No, pretty much one of the first things that happens when you start playing the game is that you find out that there's major corruption in the Empire. Yeah, so you equip runes. So people have their spell slots. You can see actually Cleo is definitely the caster of my group because she has 4 spell slots for level 1, and she already has a level 2. Tyr also has a level 2. But so some characters are stuck with a particular rune, but for everyone else, you can attach or remove runes. And basically each rune has its set spells. It has its level 1 spell, its level 2 spell, its level 3 spell, and its level 4 spell. And so if you have a character who has... Yes, no, Tyr can't use this yet. We will have to wait for certain events to transpire before he is able to use his magic. But for example, Cleo is a normal caster who can equip normal runes. We put a fire rune on her because... We stayed at the inn, and our people haven't been healed. But no, Like Not gave us a fire rune to give to Cleo, and Cleo is good with fire. I actually don't know how much of a difference it makes in this game. In Suikoden 3, your characters can have different... What's the word? Okay, that's true. The sleep isn't done yet. Affinity. You have different affinities with different runes. Yes, I got it. I did actually get the word I was looking for before you said it, but you were correct. That is the word I was looking for. So if I were to say, so water runes are healing runes. And if I were to say, I don't want Cleo to have attack magic, I could use a healer. Then I take off her fire rune, and I put her water rune on, and she suddenly has access to the water rune spells. Something Tears? Shining Tears? No, that sounds like a game by the Shining Force people, but the non-Force series. Shining Tears is a game. What are... Oh my gosh. Well, we'll see. I will see if I remember the spell names. It's been a while. And what's really annoying with that is that I played a character... So I told you my ex-husband ran a Suikoden tabletop RPG that was in a kingdom that's connected to some of the kingdoms in 3, I think, actually, we were mostly connected to. And my character was an archer, so she had the archer rune, but she also had a water rune equipped. Drops of Kindness! Yes, that's correct, Nick Buntline. Thank you. And I don't remember what any of the rest of the spells are called. Something Mother Ocean, I think, is either the level 4 or the level 5 of the water rune family. Because there's, with some of the runes, there's the normal form, and then there's the advanced form, and then there's sometimes the true rune form. So for example, with the water rune, there's the water rune, the flowing rune, and the true water rune. And so there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, with that. So the regular water rune has 1, 2, 3, 4, spell 1, 2, 3, and 4. The flowing rune takes away level 1, makes level 2 be level 1, and adds another one. And then the true water rune is like this. So true water rune's default level 1 spell for your level 4 slot, which you sometimes have like 9 of, which is a lot, is what for the regular water rune is a level 3 spell, which you don't have very many of. So it's interesting. We won't be seeing the true elemental runes for a couple of games. But Rain of Kindness, yes. I swear there's one called Mother Ocean, and I think it might be only on the true water rune. But I don't remember. And I usually wind up having the true water rune go in the character that it defaults to, who is terrible. It's such a waste. Why would you put the most useful in the battlefield, most useful in combat, on the character who's so bad at magic? It's funny. Silent Lake. Okay. Yeah. So we're here trying to dig these memories out. Okay, so that's spell level 5. I'm so glad that some of this is in my brain. So is Rain of Kindness level 3, and that's the one that becomes level 1 with the true water rune, and it's the group heal? Is that what this is? Please forgive us, everybody else. We're trying to remember these things. These are important things. Hi, Odessa. I have a really strong memory of this moment. This must be a moment I've dreamed about. That happens sometimes. I knew he was going to play this song. Why do I have such a strong impression of this conversation? maybe I will have my flute out, not at 9:30 p.m. and we'll play this song for you folks. Because I even have a backing track for it. If you've watched any of my virtual concerts that I've done over the past couple of months, I'll occasionally bust this one out. I want to do more Spikoden covers. Why have I not done more Spikoden covers? I will. I need to finish Distant Mountain. That's one of the ones that I started in 2015. It's still unfinished. It's such a good song. Such a good song. And this is in every single Suikoden game. Like, that's such an interesting thing for her to admit, you know. Here she is, she's looked at as the hero and the savior of the people, and she's like, I can't do it, I'm gonna run away. She's not, you know, going to, but she's afraid, and I think that that's... Banon never expresses that kind of hesitation in Final Fantasy VI, you know. He obviously cares very much about his cause, and maybe partly because he's an old man, but also because it's not that kind of a story. Like, again, I love Final Fantasy VI so much that my fanfic is now 32,000 words and counting. Yep, that's right. As of this Sunday, 32,000 words posted. But it's not that kind of story. Like, this is such a human story. Odessa doesn't have a lot of screen time either. But they choose to put her screen time into this moment because this is very important for like later interactions between these two and like later thematic elements in the game. But I think it says something about their priorities, that the way that they're telling the story and the story that they tell. That's right, Blue Glass. I thought about putting them in, but I just don't have the space or time to have all of the cast in it. I can only do so much. They'll probably pop up later. But, what was I gonna say? Or I may retcon them back in, you don't know. Right, so, like, this is a game about humans. We talk about the 27 true runes, and the 27 true runes are important. And they're more important as the series goes on and we begin to realize kind of what role they are playing in the world. Which, like, spoiler, they are sentient things that are shaping fate in a way that is conducive to what they want. But in this game in particular, we don't really know or even really care what the true runes are up to, or if they're up to anything. Like, we don't care about gods, we don't care about the fate of the universe. Like, Suikoden, the conflict that we have seen here, there is an emperor, and his empire has become plagued by corruption, and is, you know, the people are downtrodden, and they need a change. They need a hero to believe in to lead them against the corruption of the empire and hopefully usher in a new era. Like, that's the conflict that we've seen so far. Like, that's already been set up. Well, that's the conflict of Suikoden 1. That is what is going on. It's not like there's, like, secretly going to be, like, a god who shows up and changes things. It's, like, the scale of, like, the interpersonal conflicts are really, like, that's where the meat of the story comes in. Like, the fact that Tio is an imperial general and his son Tyr is being courted by the rebellion. that's an interesting conflict, and that's very central to the story. You know, the other generals are people that, like, those are Dad's coworkers who we grew up with. Sonya is, like, Dad's girlfriend, like, our kind of, like, awkward, not the best stepmother figure. And, you know, can the people really trust the rebels, given that the Emperor came to his imperial position at a time that there was major upheaval and he was a hero at the time? Now his regime is the evil that must be ousted. Like, all of these conflicts are really interesting things. But they're on a completely different scale than what's going on in Final Fantasy VI. Like, there's some politicking a little bit in Final Fantasy VI. Again, none of this is a criticism of Final Fantasy VI, because it's not trying to be the kind of story that this is. Like, it has, I think, especially for the era, some astonishingly good characterization, and really good, like, character conflicts. But it's not trying, like, it's telling this grandiose story, in which the fate of the universe is at stake, and the world gets destroyed by the God King clown Kefka. It's different. So having our Banon figure here be defined very early on here by her weakness, I think is a great decision. Characters, when we play characters in games, we want them to be, like, super powerful. We want them to be the, like, ultimate in, like, power and confidence and amazing. And there's a time and a place for that. Like, if you're playing a hack and slash game of D&D and you're just like, let me min-max my character to be the coolest thing ever, awesome. But when it comes to, like, actual storytelling and actual character development, that's funny. When it comes to those things, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I completely lost my train of thought. Character development things. Oh, what really resonates is characters being flawed. The more a character can be defined by their flaws, the better and more interesting they tend to be. The easier it is for a storyteller to craft an interesting and compelling story about them, the more interesting their growth is and their development, the less predictable their story is. And that's something that I think newer writers sometimes struggle with, because you have a really hard time. Sometimes it can be hard to want bad things to happen to your character, but for the most part, that's where interesting story happens. But, like, it can be hard to be like, my character is wrong. My character is flawed and bad. And I think that's something that's beginning to be kind of harmful, like on a more cultural level, where people are now critical of characters being flawed. Like, they want the characters, if the characters say or do something, that's got to be the morally and ethically right thing to do. And if they're saying an attitude, that should be correct. And if they're saying something that's bad, then we should hate them as a character. I'm not a huge fan of the Mass Effect series. But I liked Mass Effect 1 pretty well. And if you ask me who my favorite character in that game is, it's probably Ashley. Because people are like, how can you like Ashley? She's racist. I'm like, I know, it's so interesting. Like, what a flaw to give a character where you're like, you know, I feel for you because you've got a tragic history. I understand why you think what you think, but also yikes. And then you get to have this conversation with her over the course of the game in which you're like, could you maybe not be racist? And she kind of is like, oh, you know, I hadn't thought about it like that. And she grows and changes past it, which is awesome. Even if she didn't grow and change past it, it would still be an interesting character flaw, which is way more interesting than, like, I'm perfect and beautiful and wonderful and amazing in every possible way. But she has that room to grow. That's an actual legitimate character flaw. And there are characters that you love to hate. There are characters that you're like, ugh. Like, not going into like bad person stuff, but like, okay, Scott Summers, Cyclops, at least in some incarnations of the X-Men, is an insufferably like stick up his butt, just so self-righteous and obnoxious and convinced of his own superiority and stuff, and you're just like, oh my god, could you just and yet you're like also kind of glad he's on your side, because he's also like, he's genuinely a good person, at least in the versions. There's like so many X-Men incarnations out there, but the ones that I knew and grew up with, like, he's such a pain, but he's also a genuinely good person, and he's very good at what he does. Just like, ugh. And I really like that because that feels intentional. Like, they know what they're doing with him. I feel like Mass Effect handles it in a way that doesn't seem to convey or express that is a good way to be. That's rough still in Light. I think one of the hardest things is when a character is flawed and the writer doesn't know the character is flawed. And that's just awkward. So I'm a writer, and I've participated in a lot of critiques and workshops. And if somebody is not a very strong writer, obviously I'm not going to be mean to them. If somebody says or does something really awful with their story, then I might speak up about that. But I will say, like, if I have very little else that I can say that's positive, but I really want to be encouraging, because I don't lie, but I'll be like, you know, I really like your character. Like, I really like the main character, and I you know, I'm really glad that you're telling this story about this character. But the absolute lowest that I can say is, I can tell you like your character, and if that is the most that I can say, it means that something is fundamentally unlikable about your character, and I don't think you know. Because then I'm like, oh, you made such an interesting, complicated character. Like, maybe the rest of the story needs a lot of work, but like, I love that this character is flawed, and I can tell you know, and you're digging into that. That's good. But if I'm like, wow, this character's a horrible person and you have no idea, that's a little awkward. It's a little rough. So long story short, if you're going to write and tell a story, one of the most important things I think you should do in developing a character is figure out what their flaws are and lean really hard into those. And you can give them a single big flaw and lean into that, and the rest of it will come, and they will flesh out and have nuance, ways in which that flaw is not a flaw, ways in which other things are flaws, but having like kind of like as like a guiding light flaw, and have that be like their defining trait. Not necessarily like their good or likable thing, but the thing that is their biggest weakness, their biggest flaw, will guide you to tell a more interesting story and write a more interesting character, be more engaging to your readers. Yeah. So when I play tabletop games, my characters are usually designed to have a flaw that I have, and to have something that will force me to work to override one of my, like, it basically gives me a safe space to work on an aspect of my personality or my, like, personal limitations that I want to overcome. But, like, so it's, the last time that I played in a tabletop game was when I was still married, so it's been a while. But my character in the last game that I played, like, had a major anger issue, and she was constantly struggling, and she, like, the beginning to struggle with it was in her past. So here she's, like, trying to hold on to, I'm a grown-up who's got it together, and, like, there were times where I'm, like, from a, like, gameplay functionality perspective, she needs to hold it together, but she's not. She's just gonna smash stuff, and she smashes stuff and sets things on fire, and it gets, like, it was a superhero story, and, like, it goes viral on, like, the social media and the news, and it's bad. There's consequences. So much more interesting than if you have a character who does the right thing all the time. But it's hard and scary to put yourself out there and take risks. It's hard and scary as a character to take risks. So I feel like your first character is always going to be your least flawed character, because having flaws is scary. And I don't know about you folks, but I am very much a perfectionist. I feel like I need to do everything exactly right. And if I can just like S rank my performance in this conversation, in this stream, in this whatever thing that I'm doing, then I will have a favorable outcome. So it's just another manifestation of control issues. But I don't know. Writing fiction and writing stories and characters is an opportunity for the consequences to be safe for you. Super unsafe with characters, that's fine, set them on fire, but you're gonna be okay. Yeah, so Odessa being the leader of the rebellion with all of this pressure on her, like, there's story related reasons why they want to show us her uncertainties and insecurities. Part of that is because, as I've said, we're going to have to step up and be the leader of the Liberation Army. Like, we are the main character, we are the protagonist. Also, the narrative conflict of the Imperial father and the rebellious son is just too delicious to pass up. But our main character doesn't talk. So Odessa talking about the weight of carrying that burden, it means that, as will happen at some point when we step up to take that mantle, we will understand what that burden is without our character having to tell us, because our character can't tell us. But it provides like emotional context and fills in some of those holes that are there because of their decision to make the protagonist silent. I'm not a big fan of silent protagonists. And I feel like the Suikoden games would benefit if they had a non-silent protagonist. And this is proven in Suikoden 3, which does not have a silent protagonist. All of the characters talk. So you return to the Empire? I don't understand. I like this. I like that she's not softening it too much for him. He's like, I don't know, decisions are hard, what's the right thing to do? And she's like, you're a grown-up with your own set of right and wrong. Like, I don't know. And this is such a good moment. Like, you can choose to turn your back on it. But in that case, it's a choice, and you're no longer ignorant. And then you can be judged for the act that you were taking. Because silence is complicity. And choosing not to act is still a choice. And an action. And I think that is a very important thing for us to remember. In this day and age especially. You know, if you want to be a good person, and I think most of us do on some level consider ourselves good people or wanting to be good people, even people who struggle with self-esteem and self-worth still want to believe you're doing good, that you see good and see bad and take actions on that. You can't just turn your back on things. And so this is something that we just kind of have to roll with. The character who is the Tenkai star has some inexplicable charisma that gives other people hope. And you just have to accept that it's there, because your character doesn't deliver inspiring speeches the way Odessa does, but your character inspires people by existing, and you just gotta roll with it. So Mos is one that we haven't seen yet, but we will. It's funny, I had a friend in college who we would joke about being our Tenkai star because he was very charismatic, but he was also really awful to all of his friends. But it took us a little while to realize that. He was in fact not the Tenkai star. Okay, so she's on the verge of saying, "Oh no, Kage, whose name's not Cage, despite what little Lauren might have thought, his name is not Cage." It's Kage. I didn't know. How would I have known? I didn't know how to pronounce anything. I just read books and didn't listen to anything. Oh, that's fun, humming Romano. Oh man, Nick, you and me both. I didn't know. I didn't know. She's like, you're a ninja. A pigeon of his was sick. Is this code speak? Ah. Sure hope he's trustworthy. We better rest so that we can get our health back. Because we're missing it. Why don't I get to sleep by my friends that I know? Why do I have only choices to sleep in beds next to people I don't know as well? Clear checks. Oh no, Gremio! Oh no, Gremio! Oh no, Gremio! Gremio! He's so stressed out all the time. He could probably use some therapy. And yoga. Gremio! Gremio! I love Gremio very much. I don't think I realized quite how high-strung he was when I was a kid because I was so high-strung and worried all the time. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm afraid I don't know a whole lot about the history of samurai or ninja. That sounds really interesting, Helmi Romano. So I'm trying to do better with your name and not say the second H, but it comes out. But I'm trying not to. Alright, so we've had our conversation, we've done our thing. We bought the water crystal, which is good. We'll want that. No, it's such a small town that you can't affix runes. We'll have to do that when we get to the next. What is this doing over here? Okay, fine. I thought maybe I could do something there, but it turns out I can't. Oh, this is the mountain. The transitions to battle are not very clear. Man, I'm sorry. I feel like this is such a short stream because I had so many technical difficulties. But we won't have these technical difficulties next time. Right? We'll get it next time. Why do I have 2 installations of the same? But at least this, we may have other technical difficulties. But we won't have this one. We'll have other ones. These little snails, they look like they're headbanging. Those headbanging snails, they're like, yeah, yeah. Listening to some totally sweet. I guess it's rock, actually, because their shells are made of rock from the looks of it, you know? Oh no, Control C. Like, I mean, you can hear why this song in particular I needed to cover, right? It's like all flute all the time. It's so good. Man, what is this Nick line? Frog Fraction's new version? Alright. Okay, so Victor's the one who should kill his own. Got it. It's alright. Free will. Just like go crazy, folks. Just, yeah. You see how little experience we're getting because we're caught up in level? This is not a very grind-friendly game. I think my sister says that she likes this game better than the second one, but she's wrong. Oh no, bunnies. Oh no, bunnies! I have met a few people who feel that way, but there are not very many of them. It is largely agreed upon that Suikoden 2 is a better game, which is nothing against Suikoden 1, it's just that Suikoden 2 has potentially the best story in any game. Yeah, well that's why, like, I want to introduce Suikoden, I want to introduce my Flutie Pies to Suikoden 2, but in order to do that, we have to go through Suikoden 1, which is fine. Suikoden 1 is a good game. There's plenty to talk about. But we're doing this, we're playing this right now so that we can then go play Suikoden 2 and I'll cry a lot. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so good. Did I just get a thing? What did I get? I'll figure that out. Dove Report? New Dove Report? Is that what I call you? Might have gotten it wrong. Man, I love this game. I'm so glad that I can share this with folks. Really? I guess my hair kind of sort of has a little bit of an Ulan thing going on. The character that I wrote for in the Suikoden RPG that I ran was Lot. We haven't gotten to her yet. My take on Lot was that she was a half vampire whose father was the vampire character in the game. So, I just really like drama. But she doesn't look a lot like me. But so we totally have drawings that... Did I go the wrong way? Is it this way? Is it this way? Meg is a good choice. I have friends who really like her. I think we named him Enri or Endry, I think. I'm trying to remember what we all decided in our play-by-chapter game what we named McDowell. I think it was Endry. I don't know why. Oh my god, mosquitoes, go away! Smack! Yeah! Oh my god, did he just like kill the entire road? That's awesome. South? Okay, I thought I was supposed to go southeast. Oh. This is why I need Templeton. Because then I'll have a map and I can sort of maybe reference the little dots on it. Oh shoot, what's going on here? Oh, by the way, it's 10 o'clock and normally I shut down at 10 o'clock and I probably should have, but there's some plot happening. So I hope you folks will stick around for a couple minutes. Yeah. maybe we'll do that blue glass, or we'll just go get more money from Marco. This is normally where you'd save, but something very bad has happened here. Oh, I don't get to. Too bad. It's late. Too late. Odessa's gonna take all my stuff. Oh god, I hope she doesn't have my water crystal. You folks ready for some plot? No, but she had it in her inventory. Or somebody had it in their inventory. Yes! Yes! Cleo has it in her inventory. We are all full up, though. I'm gonna have to do something about this. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna... Yeah, I think Clone Attack is just having a second. Sorry, I wanna... Just in case there's an item there. I don't know. Yeah, does the Clone Rune make it so you have like a secondary attack or something? Hardware store. There we go. Just wanted to have... Yeah. Hopefully we'll wind up with more characters in our party soon. Oh, okay. Oh my god, so, oh my god, I really can't let you stay! So you can save here, but you can't stay. That's amazing. Oh my god. That's amazing. Whew. Okay then. They asked Murayama why Valeria's rune is so broken good, and he was basically like, I think she's really hot and I like her a lot. He's hilarious because he's like super like awkward nerd adorable, but he's like clearly so sharp and introspective about the people around him. So I don't know, I think he's really cool. I have met him. I got to shake his hand and thank him on behalf of the American fan base of Suikoden. It was very cool. Anyway, yeah, that was definitely one of the highlights of my life. I'll probably be like a little old lady and be like, have I told you about the time I went to Tokyo for the Suikoden 2 concert? Well, let me tell you. Everyone's like, yes, little old Lauren, we've heard about it, but okay. Anyway, let's go see some stuff. Some drama. Oh shoot! There's guards! Aren't you glad we saved? Aren't you glad we saved? Oh yeah, take out the archers. Yes! Good job, team! Oh no, Victor! Why are you so bad at hitting? Victor, that's literally your job. Okay, you attack the one in there. Swag fam, thank you for the raid! Thank you! Oh my goodness, what's brought you over here? That is a lot of swag. Well, welcome and thank you so much for raiding us. What have you been up to? We're about to have an extremely dramatic and serious story moment. So if you haven't seen Suikoden 1, this is going to be a spoiler. It's fairly early on in the game, but it is a very big story, like a pivotal story moment. Sorry to everybody else who does not know that it's going to be a pivotal story moment, and now I have told you that it is a pivotal story moment. Oh man, Super Mario RPG. That is a game I've watched people play. Have not played myself. Played Paper Mario. Thanks, sweet bejesus. Yeah, I'm gonna give folks the opportunity to fly before we step down and progress the story. Due to the sword, evil hag? What do you mean due to the sword? Thank you so much for joining us, folks. It's always fun to have friends who like JRPGs, and Suikoden is, if you haven't played Suikoden, it is absolutely worth it. The menus are a little bit messy, but well, the sword's name doesn't have to be that. Like this, the sword, you name the sword for someone who's important to you, but yes, I'm delaying the story progression. I am indeed. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and step forward. The story's gonna get real. Although, you have to give this game credit. Like, it doesn't pull its punches. It hasn't pulled its punches. Like, compare this to, like, other games of the era, and there's a particular way in which it's very dark and serious and has consequences and bad things happening. I don't know. I really like it a lot. I think it's a very good game. What was that? Thanks, Cleo. She did tear off alone down here instead of waiting for a group of friends. She came down here alone. There were a whole bunch of us. This is maybe not the wisest decision that she has ever made. That's true, making it... They took away a few of the things that were broken in the player's favor. Oh shoot, I did that in the wrong order, didn't I? Well, that's alright. Oh, okay, so they do come forward. No. Victor, you're always getting counterattacked, so like go after the one with the weapon that's less likely to counterattack you. I think. See how this goes. Okay, that works too. Good job, team. Look at that, we got some levels. Yeah, so this is good. I don't know if they have explained why there's a child down here. The song. I think the implication may be that there are more members of the Liberation Army down here than we see. And this is a very good point. One of the things that I love about Victor as a character, Victor is a good, loving, compassionate person who will also tell you exactly what the truth is. And he's never cruel about it, but he does not sugarcoat it. And a lot of times when people say they don't sugarcoat it, what they really mean is that they want to be a jerk and not consider other people's feelings. And that's not Victor's style. The friend that I dressed up as Victor that we used to joke was our Tenkai star, who's not a Tenkai star. He would be like, I'm just being honest. Victor here, like, Victor's not wrong. When this many people are depending on you, it's not just your life isn't just your own responsibility. Like, you don't get to make decisions like this. You don't get to put yourself at risk like this when so many people could suffer if something happens to you. You know, like, you don't... Her foolish is one word one could use, or foolhardy, careless, reckless, whatever word you want to use. Her decision to run down here and do this, and yes, save a child's life, could have far-reaching consequences for the entire empire. And that is something that she just told us, basically. She doesn't like that pressure. She doesn't feel like she can live up to that pressure. And as it turns out, she can't, you know? You have to make different decisions. Like... And so what I think they mean here, because I actually was very upset when I read this line as a kid, because I was like, are they saying that a woman would protect a child and a man wouldn't? No. She has chosen to be a person, an individual person. So she has acted out of her own instinct and feelings and compassion rather than her responsibility as the leader. And isn't that an interesting conflict to point out? Isn't that an interesting thing for them to highlight? For that to be part of the story that they tell? Like, isn't that an interesting conflict to highlight when you have so many stories that don't stop and really question what it means to be a hero, or if they do, what does it mean to be a hero? What does it mean to be a leader? It's kind of this, like, almost like theatrical, acted out question that doesn't really get at the heart of it. But to say your life is no longer your own to throw away because you have a responsibility now is just such an interesting angle. But, like, is she a failure as a leader? What's the right answer here? Do you let the child die so that the army can live? There is no good answer. And that's... in stories, that's where the meat of a story, like the interesting conflict, arises. A lot of dying or gravely wounded people summon Tyr to fulfill their last requests. Right! Oh my god, I forgot about that. So, I have now cried 3 times in this game, despite knowing it well, because one of the things that I appreciate about the Spikoden series is how much respect it pays to the relationships and love between people. And so what gets me here about Odessa's death is less about my relationship to her, because I don't really know her. And she's a figure who passes through. It's remembering who you give the earring to. It's remembering what other people's reactions are to her dying. And that there are people who love her, who will never see her again. And that, I think, is an important reminder, you know, as tragic as it is for us to lose a character that we know or care about. Because when I watched this as a kid, I was shocked and horrified and crying. You know, I liked Odessa for her own sake. But there's consequences not just for the plot. It's not just what will happen now that the leader of the Liberation Army is dead. It's what does Odessa Silverberg's death mean to the people who loved her? And I love the custom animations that they do for that sort of thing. She has a very good reason for this. Nobody can know that she's died. You know? She is the hope of the Liberation Army. Like, she made a decision that was maybe not the right decision to make as a leader. But it's an understandable human decision, and it's an understandable human mistake, if you want to call it a mistake. But there's a reason why she is the leader. So he doesn't get to see her. So you don't know at this point, but you can kind of assume is that they were in a relationship. And so no one really gets closure. So now we're going to spend the next chunk of this game pretending that Odessa Silverberg is still alive with most of the people that we encounter. While knowing that she's not. Which is a fun conflict. It's like, Victor, you can just set something on fire. It'll solve problems. So yeah. Welcome to Suikoden, in which your best friend gets beaten within an inch of his life, and in his semi-dying breaths gives you cursed true rune. And then the people that oppose the Empire get strung up and left to die of exposure and dehydration. And, you know, the hero of the Liberation Army makes a snap decision that leads her to die, and then you have to pretend she's not, and that's just how it is. Things are just complicated. So this is Suikoden. It's very good. I love it very much. I hope you're able to see what I see in it. I hope you appreciate it. There, I just made a save state. Yeah. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for your patience. And, oh wow, I didn't realize. I guess I've been a little quiet. Have I been quiet today? I was sitting farther back from the mic than I realized, and I couldn't see what my voice levels were. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. Like I said, I'm thinking that, so next week we're going to take a little detour. We're going to boot up Undertale. Because it's going to be the 5th anniversary of Undertale. I will be reflecting on what has happened to me in the past 5 years. So I'm going to just be crying the whole time. Thursdays are our Wander Song. And when that's done, I think we might be playing the sequel to Crisis Core. So look forward to that on Thursdays, I think, is what we're going to do. Because I think I just want to do Suikodens on Tuesdays. So I hope that's all right. We'll play Suikoden 1, and then we'll play Suikoden 2, and we're just going to cry so much. Like, you think I'm crying a lot here. Suikoden 2. Oh my god. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, Phil, thank you for joining, Phil. If you're new here and you want to join our Discord, you're welcome to join our Discord. And I'm also available on social media as Lauren the Flute everywhere. And it's just been lovely to have you all here and to share this with you. Despite our technical difficulties, we did it. So let's look forward to more streams of story and crying. I will see you all later. Good night. Please take care of yourselves.